What's up guys, Eric here. So several months ago, I decided I wanted to get into drone videography and photography, but like many others, I wasn't interested in spending a ton of money. So I actually found this, the DJI Phantom 3 Standard Edition for 380 bucks on eBay. I thought it was a pretty good deal, but this drone is kind of old. So if you're getting into drone videography and or photography, is the Phantom 3 Standard Edition worth the money? So just for the record, currently DJI sells their Phantom 4 Pro. That's their highest end Phantom drone. The Phantom 4 Pro has a plethora of sensors, a great 4K camera, but all the Phantom drones have the same design principle. It's this kind of bulky drone, doesn't fold up, you have to screw on the propellers manually. It's definitely not the biggest drone, but it's definitely also not the smallest and not the most portable. Anyway, so focusing directly on the Phantom 3 Standard Edition, just to go over the basics of this drone, you have 4 motors that you have to screw on your propellers to. Then at the bottom, you have a camera on a 3-axis gimbal, so it's gonna be relatively stable when flying. On the back side, you have a battery compartment. The legs on the drone are made up of a very light plastic, just like the rest of the body, and they're gonna be protecting the camera from hitting the ground. But keep in mind, they're not foldable. So this makes the drone relatively bulky, but no Phantom drone can fold up in any way. So that is the bare basics of the design of the Phantom 3. All the Phantom drones from DJI are very similar in terms of their design. The newer ones are a little bit bigger just because they have more technology inside of them, but the technology inside of them is where each iteration of these drones are drastically different. Unlike basically all of DJI's newer drones, the Phantom 3 Standard has no sensors in it, which means you can fly it into anything. There's gonna be no obstacle avoidance, nothing along those lines. Also, in terms of the camera on the DJI Phantom 3 Standard Edition only shoots in 2.7K. So that's a little more resolution than a standard 1080p image, but it's not to the same quality as a 4K image. So with that all said, let's take a quick glance at some footage that I've shot. Alright guys, so that is the video quality from the DJI Phantom 3 Standard. Obviously, I am no professional when it comes to drone videography. I am still learning, but you should be able to get a general sense of what the drone is capable of. Now, with that said though, is this drone worth buying in 2018? Well, if you want to compare the straight up video quality of the Phantom 3 Standard to the Phantom 4 Pro or other drones, yes, the quality isn't as good as the newer drones, but I think the quality of this drone is still perfectly acceptable. And the fact that it shoots in 2.7K and not just standard HD gives you a little more room to play with when you're editing. And finally, just one more thing to mention, you can get this drone, the DJI Phantom 3 Standard, for give or take $400 on eBay. For $400, you get a full drone, you get a controller, you get 2.7K of resolution out of the built-in camera. And if you compare that to currently what DJI has to offer, DJI has the Spark, which is a really small compact drone, but it only shoots HD. I don't really like the quality of it. I don't even think you get a controller for $500–600, whatever the price is. So is it worth spending more money on something that isn't as good, in my opinion? Or do you spend the less money on something that's a little better? Just keep in mind, with the DJI Phantom 3, you don't get all the fancy obstacle avoidance sensors and whatnot compared to DJI's newer drones. So take that as you will. Anyway guys, please leave your comments, questions, and whatnot down below, and hopefully I'll make some more drone videos. I'll catch you in the next one.
Always gonna be the wild one.